Here I am again. This is becoming a habit, back on your television. I should get a job with Sky News. So here we have Miles Johnson's old family home, which is just in the last few weeks been sold. To my left is the old workshop that Miles used to use.
The home of the hits.
That's the place where several radio stations were given birth. That was what we used to call the Research and Development Department. Transmitters and power supplies and all aerials, all kinds of things were engineered there back in the early 80s, mid 80s, early 90s. 25 years ago, basically, because I met Miles at Hospital Radio in 1980 and it all snowballed from there. It took several years before it gathered much pace, but the radio days were a bit of fun. Pirate radio, good fun, but unfortunately nothing was to come out of it for us. But people like UTV done very nicely out of it. Big old barrack of a house. Probably will be knocked down. I don't know what their plans are for it, but take a lot of money to modernise it. But that was the Johnson family home up until about 5 years ago.
It's been in the family for almost 100 years, hasn't it?
Probably more than 100. It was the grandfather's house. It was built originally on Lord Lurgan's estate. Now belongs to the golf club. So we could have a spiffing old game of golf, chaps.
So the old workshop is in a boarded up state?
It's closed up for good, yeah. I don't see any scorch marks, so it must have been a very minor incident. So, Carter's been dead about 5 years now, coming 6. He was well into his 90s when he passed on, so his legacy has now been sold. So it's the end of an era.
part of an old mast there.
That's the old test rig. We used to be able to pop that up and down with aerials on them to test it. Used to broadcast into Lisburn and all over the place. Illegally, I should point out. However, it was only for a few hours at the weekend, so nobody was any the wiser. Should also point out that in this area here, this is where Carter had his honey farm. The famous Carter Johnson honey, sold throughout Northern Ireland as advertised on UTV back in the 1960s, early 70s. Lovely honey, very popular, much sought after, and I'm sure much missed.